Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at a team around Heracross. Today we have Heracross here with Megahorn, which has got boosted. I think it's now 120 damage or something. Pretty strong move now, better than Shadow Ball. And we have the Rock Blast, which is also boosted right now. I mean, it's not boosted, it's just new to the moveset, which is pretty cool. And yeah, in general, here we have a Muk against us, and Muk just doesn't do anything against us anyway, which is really cool. And now we can farm all the way down. Of course, if you don't have the Steelix yet, which is fine, you need something basically that can counter charm users and that can counter Jettison. If you find something like this, you're fine. So no Dark type basically, because if you have a Dark type, it basically pairs the same weakness with the Heracross already. So that's not really what you want to have, and yeah, maybe even a Stunfisk is okay, because you can kinda deal with it. But the cool thing about the Heracross in general is just the coverage. Here we have a Psychic type against us, and they actually have to throw here, and we still gonna get to move after this. And yeah, the Megahorn for the Psychic types, you have for the Rock Blast, you have the Flying types which you have to counter, and you have the Fire types you want to counter. So basically all the weaknesses from the Heracross are covered by its charge moves, which is really cool. And yeah, in general, a really strong Pokemon now. I didn't expect it to be that good, to be honest. We actually had a Veteran with this team, which is really cool as well now. I think we have like different rewards now. I think we got like new Pokemon. I don't know which one it's gonna be. I don't think I have finished the set afterwards, so I don't see the guaranteed encounter for this level, but I'm fine being a veteran already. Yeah, I'm not gonna push for anything else. We're like close to leaderboards. Maybe I can get to leaderboards at the end of the day. I still have 4 sets to play, but most likely I'm just gonna meme around again and gonna grab some elo, but this is totally fine. As you know, I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take Kaiwei serious at all. It's just not worth it, sadly. I wish there was a bit more appeal to that thing. But here my opponent goes into his fighter. I can go for this beautiful Weather Ball. It's going to KO him. I can go for another Weather Ball. And even if this does not KO him, we still have the Steelix in the back. And yeah, we can just tom all the way down here. Good game to my opponent. Next up, we're going to have Steelix against Mew. We can have some weak connection here. Weak connection is always our best friend. You always like to see some weak connection, like best player in Go Battle League anyway. But we can just go for some crunches here. Crunch gonna do a lot of damage, but my opponent actually has a Flame Charge Mew. That's crazy. I have to shield here now, because a Flame Charge would KO me from this range. And I don't really have the best answers to Mew in the deck. So yeah, I have to go for the crunch. I don't get the debuff, but it's fine. And I know that I get to the next crunch before he gets to the next move, because he always had to shield every move of me, but I like to go let the first time shots go through. And we can go for the crunch and win this lead matchup. My opponent goes into Umbreon. I hope he throws early, and he does at least after 6, I think, which is not really early. And we can go into the Heracross. He throws his last result most likely here right now. And let's see what he's going into. He goes into the Grident. What I kind of have to do here now is try to store up this Megahorn and then swap out, because I need the Megahorn more for the Umbreon than for anything else. And we can go for the Weather Ball here. Hope that I can win this matchup as well. Grident is like so strong in general. It's such a scary Pokemon. Especially with Crunch as a coverage move, it's just really good. I wonder if we're gonna get like some crazy other moves, because it only has 2 charge moves right now. We definitely, I don't know, like if we get the 3rd one or something someday soon. Because like having only 2 charge moves is very unique. I don't think a lot of Pokemon have that. Either they have one with like, what's it called? Struggle? I think they have Struggle. Or like 3, I think at least. But here we have one that only has 2. I think there's nothing else that has only 2. But still, it's a really good Pokemon. Really cool that they made it decent and not like broken or like in anything. It's just a cool addition to the meta Grident. Here, yeah, you see me using Close Combat here in this match. I think I have like another match where I use Close Combat, but I'm not 100% sure. After the 2nd or 3rd match, I changed it to Megahorn because I needed a direct save swap, and I think as a save swap like with Megahorn, it's just way better, because Megahorn counters more the counters to it, while Close Combat is better as a closer. as a say swap, Mega Horn definitely has the most play here. Here against this Ninetales, we have to go for Crunch sadly to KO that thing. You cannot really Dragon Tail down Charm users with our Steel type, but it's fine. You have a Dragalge against us, we're just gonna go for some Blizzards. And at this point I think my opponent has to basically hope that I'm gonna shield here basically, yeah. But I'm not gonna shield there because I thought my opponent was like gonna bait me here. I have to shield anyway because why not? I have 2 shields and I have to KO this Dragalge anyway. This is gonna get a nice Blizzard into the face, and yeah, against the Stunfisk we're good already. I'm gonna let this one go. Goes for a Rock Slide, I can go for the Weather Ball and now put him into Earthquake range. So yeah, we can just go for an Earthquake now and win this game. Good game to my opponent. In general, Steelix is really good. And yeah, here against this we have Stunfisk in the lead, really hard counter to us. We're gonna go into the Heracross. Goes into Charm user. Wow. Yeah, that's just like hard counter on hard counter. The Rock Blast is actually gonna get shielded, which is interesting. And he throws a move, which is also interesting. Which I'm gonna take because I need an Earthquake anyway now for the Steelix. But doesn't look too good, and now it depends on what he has in the back. Like getting hard counter and lead in say swap is already really cool. But yeah, we're going to go for the Earthquake now where we are close to 100 energy. And we're gonna see a Deoxys. If I went for the Crunch there before, I think I would have been in a way better spot. If I just went for one more Dragon Tail and went for the Crunch. But I didn't, and this puts me basically in the spot where I can't win anymore because Deoxys defense, like you see how little I do, like I don't do anything against this thing, while even his counters do more against me. Deoxys defense is just so broken. Like he didn't hit a single charge move yet, and he has the same health as me, even though I hit like 2 other balls already. Yeah, it's just like insane. There's more health now even. Try to get to the Crunch in time, but I couldn't. I can get at least to the Earthquake in time against this thing. He has to throw an Earthquake against me as well, which he most likely gonna do now. And yeah, doesn't look too good. I can go for some more moves, go for the Weather Ball here and try to KO this thing. Which works out, but there's nothing I can do against the Deoxys. Deoxys is just way too broken in this cup. I wish it was banned, but hey, sadly it's not. Next up we have Gengar against us. Against Gengar we have a better matchup because, yeah, Gengar is not as bulky. We are really bulky. My opponent goes in a Stunfisk, which gives us a bit of chip there. If we got the defense drop, we would have had him in 2 Weather Ball range already. But I think with this, we just barely miss out on that. We have to see. We have to see. Go through an Earthquake. We can go for a Weather Ball again. And this is gonna put him really low. I'm not gonna shield here. I think it's only a Rock Slide. Yeah. And I hope I can farm down now. And I can, and now I have so much energy. He most likely goes into Gengar and throws a move, yep. But I can shield here and go for my own charge moves, and he has to fear the Earthquake. He doesn't know my moveset yet. So he's gonna shield here as well. I'm gonna farm up extra and try to go for a charge move again. And for me it's worth it to shield here, because I know that I'm gonna get at least a shield or the Pokemon, and then I can align my Pokemon correctly from like my backline. But yeah, he's gonna go for the shield, and I can get for another charge move here. Put him really low. And then we're gonna see he's gonna have own Steelix in the back, which is interesting. I haven't faced a lot of Steelix as well, but Steelix charge moves are all resisted by Heracross. We can go for the Mega Horn here, we can farm down afterwards. Even if we can't farm down with this thing, we could have farmed down with our own Steelix. And we can go for the Rock Blast here with 1 HP and a Dream and gonna win this matchup. Good game to my opponent here. And against Vergiwork now, we gonna lag in the beginning like crazy, as you're gonna see here now. We cannot do anything, then we're gonna do like 3 moves and then can swap out. I wanted to swap out immediately into my Heracross, but I couldn't, and now my opponent is at so many charge moves already with the Greedent because it farmed up so much energy while I was lagging. It's always beautiful. Yeah, the game is flawless, there are no bugs at all. And yeah, I'm gonna let this, I have to shield here now twice against this Greedent because of this, which really puts me not in a good position. I think I would have been way better off if I just would have been able to swap in like the 6 turns I used for the Dragon Tails or like the lag I had. But it's fine, we can go for a Mega Horn here. My opponent has a Stunfisk in the back. And we have a Politoed in the back. And that is basically the best Stunfisk counter, I think. At least one of the best. So what we're gonna be able to do here is put him really low and get his last shield, while still being able to tank 2 Earthquakes here, which is really important anyway. So we can just go for that. And yeah. It's gonna do a lot of damage, but we can still get to the Weather Ball here, which is beautiful. I'm gonna get a shield and we can go for the crunch here now with our Steelix. And we have like only the Mana Bus now against us. I kind of thought, okay, maybe this goes to timer now, but we can actually get to the crunch here and get the debuff, and this basically wins us the game easily. I think we would have won otherwise as well. But even though if we had like timer, we still had 2 Pokemon, so no matter how the HP were for either side, we would have been in a good spot. And yeah, this is gonna be a good game now. There's nothing he can do there. I can just farm all the way down, and yeah, good game there. Next up, we're gonna have Steelix against Jerson. That is basically where you need Steelix anyway. The Jerson matchup is otherwise way too bad, and yeah, there's nothing really that Jerson can do here. I think we have a really good matchup here in general. We're just gonna go for some crunches. My opponent actually shields and swaps out into a Stunfisk. We can go into our Politoed. We're in a good spot now. We can just go for some more Wither Balls. And the Earthquake does not really matter too much anyway. Going for another Weather Ball and going for another Weather Ball. I think that was actually Team Peter on his Earthquake, which is beautiful. As yeah, we're just gonna be able to go for that. And here I'm just gonna try to bait my opponent to think I have an Earthquake ready for him, which I don't have, but it doesn't matter because my opponent still shields. Very nice for us. I always like when my opponent shields like moves that would do like 2 damage. But yeah, we can just go into our Steelix again. We're gonna shield a Bubble Beam here because we're the best. Yeah, that's just, it's stupid. I hate this bait boost, but my opponent has a Scrafty in the back, and against Scrafty, we're just gonna be able to go for a Mega Horn and KO this thing immediately. This thing doesn't have any chance against the Mega Horn. Against this Jellicent now, we just want to have the chip damage, so basically it's in crunch range, which we're gonna do with a Rock Blast here. Hope that my opponent throws a charge move against us, he has to. And I'm just gonna keep the shield for the Steelix. And I can go into the Steelix right now, go for the crunch, and basically KO this thing already, I think. Yep, good game there. Also, a question for you. I actually didn't know that, but like friends of me, they all play Pokemon Go without the vibration thing when you encounter a Pokemon. Are you playing with it or without it? Like, I couldn't without it because I would always miss them. I don't know, like this vibration when like a Pokemon appears right now, which is sometimes here right now because a Pokemon Go open right next to me because I'm looking for Yuxi raids right now. But yeah, always when you have like those Pokemon appear at the time, for me it's like I have 2 home stops at 0:52 in the hour. And yeah, like I need this vibration in general to even think about catching them. But I know that other people don't have it on. Are you playing with it or without that? I know that like no one ever plays with the sound on, like the actual normal sound. That's like so stupid to have that anyway. But yeah, I just had a Bellsprout spawn in my home. That's really good. Next up, we're gonna have Politoed against this Drifblim here, and my opponent has basically to hope at this point already that I don't have Blizzard. I have Blizzard. Sorry, opponent. And I actually make a mistake here. I think I should. I played that not correctly. I should have either went for the Weather Ball there or just didn't run for the crunch here. But actually, my opponent still had to throw Earthquake against me to AO my Steelix here. I had enough health for that. So I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna keep my shield for the Politoed, and we're in a good spot now. We can go for, yeah, okay, that's only the Rock Set, 100%. He's at 0 energy now. I can go for a Weather Ball here. He's gonna shield. Can go for another Weather Ball. And I think I can farm down now. I can farm down in time, and good game to my opponent. Next up, we're gonna have Steelix against Nidoqueen. Pretty okay matchup. In this matchup, the only thing that you can really make wrong is shield the first move. If it's an Earth Power, you're still gonna survive it. If it's not an Earth Power, you still also are fine. My opponent goes into Umbreon. Can I make a mistake here a bit? Because yeah, he goes to last resort here, it's fine. But yeah, he was a bit too greedy here and went for the Mega Horn a bit too late. So he gets to another last resort and put me basically into range for Nidoqueen farm down, I think. So I kind of want to go for the right move here, but my opponent, yeah, I was a bit scared. I think I would have been able to get to the Mega Horn, but it doesn't matter in the end because my opponent just gonna shield here and I'm gonna snipe him with my Steelix because he knows that they have an Earthquake ready. And he's gonna shield again. And he's going into his Crafty now. And I have to shield here now because I kind of want the Earthquake damage. Earthquake damage does a bit more than the damage from 2 Weather Balls. So definitely worth it to shield this here. Or like not a bit more, but like more than 1 Weather Ball at least. And now I don't have to do the counter damage too often here. And this is gonna be also the last game. Thanks all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. This game has a very interesting ending, as you're gonna see now, as we're gonna be able to KO the Scrafty, but does 1 Weather Ball KO the Nidoqueen? That's the main question here. He can go for a move. Does this KO me? It's an Earth Power. It does not KO me. I can go for the Weather Ball. He gets the extra quick move one, which is unlucky. And it doesn't KO, and we're gonna simultaneously KO here. So good game to my opponent, and see you in the next video.